.NET execution model. This is our .NET execution model. The flow of the compilation, how we are going to compile our .NET application. So here we have C#.NET, VB.NET and another language. That is, our .NET supports multiple languages. Among those we have C#.NET, VB.NET and another language. For each and every language it will be having respective compiler, its own compiler. That is, C# language will be having C# compiler, VB.NET will be having VB.NET compiler and another language will be having the another language compiler. For example, if we take the C#.NET, C#.NET is having C# compiler, that is CSC. CSC is the C# compiler. And for VB.NET we have VBC, that is Visual Basic Compiler. For VB.NET we have VBC, that is Visual Basic Compiler. Now when we develop our application using C#.NET, the CSC means C# compiler will convert the source code into the MSIL. It will convert the source code into the MSIL code, or you can say it intermediate language or Microsoft intermediate language or common intermediate language. And if you are developing the application using VB.NET, the VBC Visual Basic Compiler will convert the VB.NET code into the MSIL code, that is Microsoft intermediate language. If you are going to develop the application using some other language, the other language compiler will convert the source code into the MSIL code. Here in .NET we have two phases of execution. This is the first phase of execution, that is converting the source code to the MSIL code using the respective compiler, and second phase is you are going to convert MSIL code into the native code, but with the help of CLR. With the help of CLR you are going to convert MSIL code to the native code. Here CLR is the common language runtime. CLR is the runtime execution engine of our .NET. With the help of CLR it invokes JIT, that is just in time debugger. JIT stands for just in time. It is one of the debugger. It is the debugger. CLR invokes JIT to convert MSIL code to the native code. This is the two phase of execution. First phase is that compiler is going to convert the language code into the MSIL code, and second phase is that CLR is going to, with the help of JIT, it is going to convert MSIL code to the native code. Here MSIL is independent of our CPU. It is independent of our CPU. And next we have JIT, just in time. In JIT we have three type of jitters. First one is pro jitter, second one is econo jitter, and third one is normal jitter. In pro jitter it converts total code into the native code, and in the econo jitter it converts only the methods which are called at runtime. It compiles the methods which are called at runtime. And in the normal jitter it compiles the methods which are called at runtime and stored in the cache, and it gets stored in the cache. When next time again those method is called, it will be taken from the cache. So these are the three types of jitters. We have pro jitter, econo jitter and normal jitter. In the pro jitter it compiles the total code into the native code. In the econo jitter it compiles only the methods which are called at runtime, and in the normal jitter it compiles the methods which are called at runtime and it gets stored in the cache. When the next time the same method we are going to call, it will be taken from the cache. So these are the just in time and types of just in time, that is JIT, pro jitter, econo jitter and normal jitter. So converting the C# code into the MSIL with the C# compiler is nothing but we are going to call it as managed code. A code which runs under the CLR is known as managed code instead of operating system. This is the total .NET execution model.